It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Worldwide Sports Radio presents the Haystack Show. Yo, with Mike Guido.
And here we go. It's the Haystack on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Worldwide Sports Radio Network on a Thursday. It's the Haystack. Mike Guido, Evan Mazza, Monica Ray, Big J journalist. It is, of course,
Friday Junior.
It is Super Bowl Friday Junior.
It is. That's exciting.
It is very exciting.
How many Super Bowl bets do you have?
I am choosing not to bet on the Super Bowl.
How about you, Evan?
I got no.
I am choosing not to bet on.
Not really
it is so.
It's not a. This is not a Super Bowl. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say it's not a Super Bowl to bet on because a lot of people will bet on the Super Bowl and try to win. But it's not really a Super Bowl where you look and say, "Yeah, I'm sure of this." Like this is a very coin flip Super Bowl.
Yeah, it is.
Speedy was on yesterday and he picked Kansas City 27-23.
Right.
Sammy Watkins Super Bowl MVP. But, I mean,
Sammy Watkins.
I like it. That's a
wow.
Hey, I'm going with. Listen, you're going to rip me. You're going to rip me. I'm going with one of the tight. I'm not going to give away my pick till tomorrow, but I'm going with one of the tight ends to win the Super Bowl MVP, Kittle or Kelsey.
Wow. It's going to be Kittle.
If the Niners win?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know you're picking the Niners.
And then what are the
You're all about defense. You're picking the Niners. You're such a give.
I'm not giving away. Listen,
oh, stop.
The Chiefs are red hot on offense. Listen,
sure.
They're red hot on offense.
But defense wins championships.
Defense played great, but yes, defense is playing okay. The Chiefs defense hasn't played terribly recently over the last couple months.
You have such a tell.
But the 49ers.
You do have a tell. Every time I get it right, you kind of tilt your head a little bit and kind of look at me like, I know I got it right. I'll let you spoil it for tomorrow, but
maybe.
It's.
Have you changed your pick from last week? Because you made your pick last week.
I made my pick last week.
Have you leaned towards changing it, or you?
I have gone back and forth. I was talking to both of our good buddies, Joe Spano, and he likes the Niners. Obviously my original pick was the Chiefs. I think. Again, I don't know. I'm going to take the extra day and figure it out because again, the Niners are so good, and the Chiefs do have deficiencies. The Niners are a more well-rounded team. I think the Chiefs match up well, but we'll see. I think it's going to be a great Super Bowl. Like this is going to rank among Super Bowls. Now, with that said.
With the ranking. So
CBS published a list today. Will Brinson of CBS ranked all 53 Super Bowls in NFL history. And I was reading it a little bit off the air, and Evan was like blown away by the list. He was blown away. So I figured I would just run through the list, see where particular Super Bowls lie. So, Evan, you were curious about which Super Bowl 5 is what you said?
Okay, so I got the list right now. Super Bowl 5, he has a 31. It is known as the Blunder Bowl. There's 11 turnovers in the game.
Oh my God.
And Chuck Howley, the middle linebacker of the Dallas Cowboys, the team that lost the game, was Super Bowl MVP. How in the world is this game not the worst Super Bowl of all time?
The Super Bowl MVP came on the losing team.
And I know blowouts are blowouts. I know blowouts are not fun. I was asking you, where's the Ravens Giants? I knew it would be low because
it was 50.
Yeah, it was low because the Ravens blew them out. I know blowouts are not what people want in a Super Bowl. Broncos Seahawks was pretty low too. But this game is literally known as the Blunder Bowl. There's 11 turnovers in this game. The losers, the team's loser, the Dallas Cowboys have a 6 Super Bowl MVP. Oh, excuse me, actually 7 Super Bowl MVPs because Randy White and Harvey Martin were co-MVPs in one of their Super Bowls. They have a Super Bowl MVP of a team that lost the game, Chuck Howley.
Is that the most turnovers?
It is. It's the most turnovers.
Oh, my God.
Most turnovers ever in a game, in a Super Bowl game.
Yeah, I don't know how that. Wow.
And it's not even the top 5 of the worst. It's 31. It's 31, dude. Wow. 31. So,
what was the first Super Bowl? I don't know that.
The first Super Bowl was Packers Chiefs.
Yes.
What year was that?
1966.
Wow.
Chiefs. 1966. Chiefs.
And that ranked below the Blunder Bowl. They had Super Bowl 1 at 43.
Wow.
35-10. I mean, it was a blowout, but Bart Starr, 16 of 23 for 250. The combo of Zeke Bratkowski and Jim Taylor. I mean,
Bucks, Raiders. I mean, I get it. He's got the blowouts all ranked below. He's got the. I understand.
So here we go.
Blowouts are not fun in Super Bowls, but there's literally a reason this game is called the Blunder Bowl. There's a reason.
So here we go. So according to this guy, according to CBS,
Will Brinson,
the worst Super Bowl of all time so far. I mean, this one could rank, but the worst Super Bowl of all time was Niners-Chargers in, what is it, Super Bowl 24?
Yes, but that was also, and again, is it really the worst Super Bowl of all time when Steve Young had an historic day?
6 touchdown passes.
Right.
He had a historic day. Is it really the worst Super Bowl?
I know.
I get it, blowout, but Steve Young had an historic day. We haven't seen a quarterback performance like that from a quarterback in a Super Bowl since. You know, and not Brady, not Peyton, not Eli, not
Drew Brees, Wilson.
No team, no quarterback has had a performance like Steve Young in a Super Bowl.
52 was Seahawks Broncos when the Seahawks dismantled them 43-8.
Oh, no one saw that one coming.
Yeah, that was a bad game.
You talk about defense and everything. You want to rip me for defense? That was a game where defense took over and just won them this game. A finesse Bronco team.
Evan, they scored 43 points.
That's well, but I'm just saying. But I'm just telling you, a physical Seahawk team against a finesse offensive style Bronco team.
Yes.
And Seattle blew them out.
Number 51 was Niners and Broncos in Super Bowl 26. What? I can't do Roman numerals. You got to do this with me. You got to help me out.
You can just say 49ers Broncos 55-10. You don't have to
55. Yeah, but Super Bowl, what is it? It doesn't sound. It doesn't sound the same. Monica gets it. It doesn't sound the same.
You got it. All right.
You got to put the number.
Let's help you through it.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I like that. Is that shirt is it leather-ish?
No.
Or is it like a leather-ish, like faux leather-ish material? It looks. You look like one of those, what are they called? Like one of those spy women in one of those movies.
Really?
Right, where they wear like the tight black leather stuff when they're trying to be all stealthy.
Yeah.
Except yours has sparkles on it. That doesn't, that would kind of give you away.
Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl. Here, I got all the list of the Super Bowls. Pro Football
We get
Reference.
sidetracked. He's still talking about the Super Bowl.
Because Mike can't read the Roman numerals.
I can't read. No, well, listen, I can read Roman numerals up to a certain number. Once you get into the 40s, I'm screwed because it's like XV256.
It's Super Bowl 24.
I'm like, Jesus.
Super Bowl 24.
Okay, so wait. But wasn't Super Bowl 20? No, wait. No. Niners Chargers was Super Bowl 29. No.
You're at 49ers Broncos, right?
Yes. So what was 49ers Chargers then? I can't do this. I don't understand. Oh, by the way, the 49ers, when Steve Young threw 6 touchdown plays, those 49ers scored 49 points.
Super Bowl 29.
That's interesting.
29. Okay, 29. There we go. All right, I screwed that up. That's my bad.
I didn't notice that. 49 points by the 49ers. That's actually pretty interesting. I know that.
All right, so 49ers Broncos 55-10 was 51. Super Bowl 50, you mentioned this earlier, was when the Ravens beat the Giants 34-7 in Super Bowl
35.
There you go. See, you see how much more aesthetically pleasing this is?
Yeah.
It's just so much better for the listener when they know what number Super Bowl it is. God, you give me a hard time and making fun of me how I can't read Roman numerals. I bet 90% of the world can't read Roman numerals past 10.
Probably not.
I can give myself a shot because X is what, 10?
Have you seen the Rocky movies?
Yes, I've seen the Rocky movies. Yes, they're in Roman numerals, Evan. I can count to 5. Okay, I can count to 6.
The Creed movies?
Jesus Christ. I can count to 2. Such a butthole. All right, anyway. So number 49, excuse my language. Number 49 was when the Buccaneers, that was the Gruden Super Bowl, Buccaneers and Raiders.
Yeah, that was the infamous Super Bowl where Gruden pretty much in practice was Rich Gannon, because again, he used to coach the Raiders. He went in practice that week, pretty much was Rich Gannon, and the Bucs knew what was coming. Now, of course, there's also the controversy that Bill Callahan, the head coach for the Raiders, apparently changed the game plan right before the Super Bowl. There's that whole controversy. But yeah, Gruden lined up in practice the week of the Super Bowl, and was Rich Gannon, and the Bucs knew what was coming, and they got five interceptions off of Gannon that day. Gannon was the MVP of the league the year before.
Yeah, there you go.
Brooks won Defensive Player of the Year in 2002. But Gruden won that defense, scored 9 defensive touchdowns that year, and they got to 9 that Super Bowl in total for the season.
So number 48 was Redskins over the Broncos, 42-10. Did you just send me a link for Roman numerals, Monica? Are you kidding me?
I just was a Roman numeral converter for you.
Burn.
Trying to help you out, make you look good.
Let me see. Oh my God.
So just plug in the,
So I can just plug in the number.
Yeah, and it'll tell you.
Okay. All right. So that's 2 eyes. All right. Excellent. So can I plug in?
I can tell you what this.
Oh, I can plug in the Roman numeral also, and it spits out the number. You're the best, Monica. I love you. You are literally the greatest person of all time. Evan stinks. Evan just makes fun of me. You wonder why I don't like you.
You're too easy to make fun of.
Oh, I'm too easy. Oh, Mr. God, you know what? Whatever. I don't care.
Whatever.
What was it? 47 was Cowboys over the Bills, 52-17. In Super Bowl, hang on, I got this. It was XX. Hang on, wait a minute.
You got this. You can do it.
X. No, I don't want C. X. X. V. I. That is 27. I got it. Yes. You're the best, Monica. Woohoo.
It's the Don Beebe.
I'm smart now.
That's the Don Beebe Super Bowl.
Oh, I can get this one without the converter. Kansas City Chiefs over the Vikings, 23-7 in Super Bowl 4.
Super Bowl 4.
Rocky 4.
You remember watching that one, right, Evan? Super Bowl 4?
Yeah.
I was there when Hank Stram and Glenn Dawson led the Chiefs to their last Super Bowl 50 years ago. 50 years, bro.
Len Dawson was probably the coolest quarterback in NFL history.
What made him so cool?
He was just look up Len Dawson and you'll get it.
Glenn Dawson.
Len Dawson was
Okay.
yeah. All right, Super Bowl 8, Miami Dolphins over the Vikings 24-7. That's 45. 44 was Cowboys over the Broncos 27-10 in Super Bowl 12. 43 was Super Bowl 1, Packers and Chiefs 35-10. 42 was Redskins Bills 37-24. The Redskins won.
That was their last Super Bowl.
That was 26. I think I got that right. XXVI. That's 26, right?
That's 26. Ding, 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 ding.
You learned something today.
Woohoo! I'm gonna rip off my shirt. Yes. All right. Super Bowl 15. I got this one. 41 was Raiders Eagles 27-10 with the Raiders winning. 34-19 Broncos over the Falcons.
Always second.
What was it? This is Super Bowl 21. 39 is Giants 39, Broncos 20.
Phil Simms is a great game.
Yeah, right.
That's the Super Bowl, the first one with I'm Going to Disney World.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
the first one with I'm Going to Disney World.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. So wait a minute.
I'm surprised this one didn't rank a little bit lower. So this was Super Bowl 18. Raiders blew out the Redskins 38-9.
This is Marcus Allen.
Marcus Allen had 2 touchdowns, and the 16-win Redskins went down. Joe Theismann. Super Bowl 6 is number 37. That's Cowboys Dolphins 24-3. Let's see. Super Bowl. Hang on, I got this. Super Bowl 19. Nice. I'm getting better at this. See, this is just educational for me. Niners over the Dolphins 38-16. That was Marino.
Marino's one and only Super Bowl. You want to know how tough it is to get back to a Super Bowl? Dan Marino got there his second year, never got back.
Unbelievable.
You want to talk about how hard it is to get back to a Super Bowl? Dan Marino.
All right, so I'm looking at Len Dawson now.
Yeah.
Smoking a cigarette and I think drinking a Pepsi in halftime in Super Bowl #1.
So cool. Is that not cool?
I don't know how
Back
people
in
smoke
back in
halftime.
1969 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
How level of cool is that? Lamar Jackson's sunglasses cool or Mark Sanchez eating a hot dog cool?
I think that's
on the
cooler
sideline.
than both. Okay, there's a difference between wearing sunglasses and eating a hot dog than doing that. Jeez, Mark Sanchez eating a hot dog, cool. Ay. All right, Super Bowl 11 is number 35. That's Raiders over the Vikings, 32-14. Super Bowl 9 is Steelers over the Vikings, 16-6. That was 34. 33 is Super Bowl
Oh, Mike,
2.
Mike, you love that game. Super Bowl 9 between the Steelers and the Vikings. You love that game. Halftime score was 2-0. You'd love that game.
I love that.
You'd be at halftime.
2-0.
Knowing you'd be at halftime like, oh, I love this game. Is amazing.
Oh my God! I want fireworks. Give me offense. Super Bowl 2 was Packers over the Raiders, 33-14. Vince Lombardi, everything like that. That was his final year. He left after
Final
that.
coach with the Packers, yeah.
Super Bowl 20, Bears over the Patriots, 46-10.
Maybe the most infamous, maybe the most famous.
William
not maybe.
Refrigerator Perry is scoring touchdowns.
Not maybe. It is the most famous blowout in NFL history, especially in Super Bowl history. I mean, everyone knows and talks about Super Bowl 20. Everyone knows and talks about that team and that 85 Bears team. Everyone knows that
Buddy
team.
Ryan and absolutely.
Everyone knows that team.
Yeah, though that 85 Bears defense is still, you could probably still make the argument it's the best defense of all time.
That, the 2000 Ravens, the 70s Steelers, the 2015 Broncos, the Legion of Boom, the 02 Bucks, we just mentioned them.
Yeah, right. Super Bowl 5, number 31. That was Colts Cowboys, 16-13, the Blunder Bowl.
Get Super Bowl 5 out of there, please.
I'm really curious on why that's so high.
Why is it over Super Bowl 20? Why is it over Super Bowl 20? Why?
Chuck Howley won the Super Bowl MVP, and he played for the losing team.
It was 11. Okay, I'm going to read off Will Britson's description of the game. So we're at the game, number 31, Super Bowl 5, Colts 16, Cowboys 13. Baltimore Colts 16, Dallas Cowboys 13. He describes it known as the Blunder Bowl. This matchup featured 11 turnovers and a player on the losing team, Chuck Howley, Cowboys linebacker, winning the Super Bowl MVP. Oddly enough, that sounds like an awesome time. No, it's not, Will. No, it's not. 11 turnovers.
That sounds like
I could see where some people might find enjoyment in the just overall slop. I mean, 11 turnovers, you'd probably get a kick out of it, right? So a lot of fumbles, interceptions. You're probably like, oh my God.
But you're also watching like, oh, what am I watching here?
I guess
You're
it
also
depends
like,
on who
what
you're
am I
rooting for.
watching?
It gave people more time to
because
chow down on snacks.
If you were a Baltimore
there you
Colts
go.
fan, if you're a Baltimore Colts fan watching that game, knowing that you lost the Super Bowl 2 years prior to against the Jets, maybe the most infamous Super Bowl of all time,
Right.
You don't care that you had that there were 11 turnovers and your player didn't win MVP. You're just happy you won the Super Bowl. So if you're a Baltimore Colts fan, you don't really care about what the title is and what your Super Bowl MVP is. You're happy you won the Super Bowl. But other than that, you're watching that game as a fan like, what am I watching?
Yeah, seriously, what the hell?
11 turnovers. What am I watching?
All right, so
I think Chuck Howley got 2 of those turnovers with interception. I think he got 2 interceptions that game, Chuck Howley.
all right, so number 30 is when the Cowboys beat the Bills 30-13. That was Super Bowl 28.
28.
Nice.
Yay.
I'm getting so, and it's all thanks to you, Monica, because you sent me a converter, and then I only needed to use it once. I'm doing real. Are you proud of me? I'm doing great. You're proud of me?
I am proud of you. Good job, Mike.
Thanks. Do I get more pound cake? Oh my God, that pound cake. Holy crow.
Good.
Evan, you didn't even eat it yet.
Well,
Oh my God.
I haven't eaten.
You got to eat it right now.
Yeah.
Eat it on the air, just like how Michael K. ate a Whopper. I mean,
Michael K. ate a Whopper on the air.
oh, I got to tell you this story before we continue with the list.
He ate a Whopper on the air.
Okay, so Michael K. on the K Show lost a bet, right?
What was the bet?
I forget what it was, but not the point of the story. The point of the story is that he lost the bet, and because he lost it, he had to eat a Whopper live on the air. If you've ever had a Whopper before, it's delicious.
Yeah, I've had a Whopper.
Right? Whoppers from Burger King are delicious.
Whopper or Big Mac?
Well, I usually get a Bacon King. Like, those Bacon Kings are sick. Oh, and by the way, those crispy chicken sandwiches that they have also are unbelievable, too.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty
Burger King's just, they're awesome. Free advertising. You're welcome. But Michael Kay hates Whoppers, like more than anything in the world. He hates, because he hates the ointment. Like, he hates, like, all the grease
I hate
and the...
that word, ointment.
Yeah, I know you hate it. Ointment, right? Yeah, it makes her cringe. It's like moist.
So he hates.
It's like, stop it!
So he hates.
She covers her ears with the headphones on. All it's going to do is make it louder.
So he hates them.
Anyway, so he eats the Whopper, and he is like, he's going to throw up on the air. Like, Don LaGreca is, first of all, I will say this. It was a perfect situation for Don LaGreca, because Don is an unbelievable play-by-play announcer, right?
Yeah.
Does a lot of hockey games. He's unbelievable at play-by-play.
He's doing the play-by-play.
And he's doing the play-by-play of Kay eating the Whopper.
That's good.
And it's unbelievable. Oh my God, it's
That's
so
good.
funny. And
That's
him and Rosenberg
That's good.
are commentating this whole thing. Rosenberg is putting it on Periscope. He's commenting on, he's like, oh my God, I got over 1,000 on Periscope right now. Like, everybody is eating this thing alive. And Michael Kay is looking over to his boss, because his boss is in the studio behind the producer. And he's like, listen, the boss is right here. Do I got to go through with this? And the boss is sitting there smiling. He's like, yep, you got to do it. And he looks at the guy like, oh, I'm going to get you. He was so mad. Oh my God, it was great. And I love Kay. I really do. I think Kay's great. I've met Kay once.
I gotta find that.
Great
clip.
guy.
I gotta find that clip. Don LaGreca calling Michael Kay eating a Whopper. I gotta find
I
that clip.
told Michael Kay I would steal his job one day.
You did.
I did. When I was younger, I went to Yankee Stadium, and I ran into Michael Kay in the press box. And I told Michael Kay, I'm like, listen, I'm coming for your job. He's like, all right, well, you got to wait at least about 12. You got to wait for at least 12 years, because that's the length of my contract. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Good to know.
Put me in my place. All right, so let's continue with the list here. Number 29 is the most recent Super Bowl. That's Patriots over the Rams, 13-3. That's Super Bowl 53. I'll be honest with you. I'm shocked it's that high. I really am.
Well,
that wasn't a good Super Bowl.
No,
I
it was
didn't.
terrible.
I
Nobody
didn't
even
enjoy
watched it.
last year's Super Bowl at all.
I'll tell you what. He obviously doesn't think so. He obviously thinks so too, because his first words are, "Let's not sugarcoat it. This game stunk."
Yeah, but it's over Super Bowl 20.
You know what's? I watched that Super Bowl, and I actually found it. Again, it wasn't a great Super Bowl, but I found it fascinating, because I liked seeing just that matchup of McVay and Belichick. How does Belichick's defense hold off this offense? And can McVay, like, as the game is going on, Belichick is doing it. I'm like, okay, can Sean McVay find out something to turn things around? It just never happened. That's why I do kind of enjoy the game for that reason. I kind of like the coaching matchup between the two.
So the last sentence that he has in his description, it says, this Super Bowl wasn't bad per se. It was just incredibly disappointing. That's what it felt like. It really was. It was a disappointing Super Bowl. All right, Super Bowl 50 is number 28. That was the Broncos over the Panthers. That was when Cam Newton won MVP and Peyton Manning was carried by that Broncos defense. That was Peyton Manning's second Super Bowl. I remember that. I actually enjoyed that Super Bowl quite a bit. I really did. I actually really enjoyed that. 27 is when this is Peyton's first Super Bowl. Colts over the Bears, 29-17, where Peyton beat Rex Grossman and everything like that. Super Bowl 7.
That game is probably most remembered for the Devin Hester kickoff return.
Yeah.
So a play from the team that didn't win the game.
Right, exactly. Super Bowl 7 is number 26. That was the Dolphins over the Redskins.
The perfect
14-7. Yeah, right. Super Bowl 25, that is no, I'm sorry.
Skipped over Super Bowl 40.
Super Bowl 40. That's number 25. I said Super Bowl 25. Steelers over the Seahawks.
I'm surprised that Super Bowl is that high, because that's maybe the most controversial Super Bowl I've ever seen.
Yeah, right. Bill Cowher, Matt Hasselbeck was quarterbacking the Seahawks, and
Bettis goes out with a ring.
right, exactly.
Ben's first.
What is it? 24 is when the Redskins beat the Dolphins 27-17 in Super Bowl
17.
17? Yes, 17. You're right. Yes. Sorry about that. Number 23 is Niners over the Bengals 26-21 in Super Bowl 16. Mm-hmm. Wow. You remember anything about that game, Evan? I know you watched it.
I watched it. I was there. I was on the sidelines. It's Kenny Anderson's. Kenny Anderson doesn't get enough appreciation for how underrated of a quarterback he was during that time. Kenny Anderson was really good. Underrated.
Yes. Super Bowl 10 is number 22. That's Steelers over the Cowboys 21-17. Another Cowboy loss. Super Bowl 31 is number 21. That was the Packers over the Patriots 35-21. That was
Brett Favre's only Super Bowl.
Yeah, Brett Favre's only Super Bowl.
Win, I should say.
A 99-yard touchdown on the kickoff return from Desmond Howard. Jesus.
He won the MVP.
Yeah. And then his NFL career was short-lived, Desmond Howard. And he's a Heisman winner.
Yeah, well, he was he was mainly a kickoff. He was mainly a kickoff return guy. How many years did Howard play in the NFL?
Not many. Yeah, Brett Favre with 3 touchdowns and Reggie White with 3 sacks.
92 to 2002, so 11.
All right, so he had an 11-year career. All right, so number 20. Now we're in the top 20 now.
One of my personal favorite Super Bowls
was Patriots-Eagles. 24-21 Patriots in Super Bowl 39.
Yes, Super Bowl 39.
Nice! I'm nailing these.
That was a good game. That was
I am proud of you.
That was a really good game.
Great. Oh, Super Bowl 30, Cowboys over the Steelers, 27-17. That's number 19. Larry Brown with the Super Bowl MVP. Barry Switzer. Mm-hmm. I mean, there you go.
After that, Larry Brown cashed in with a nice big contract with the Oakland Raiders.
Giants over the Patriots 21-17. I believe this is the first one.
No, this was the second one.
Oh, this was the second one.
This is round 2, 46.
This is number 18.
Oh, this is the Super Bowl that the Giants should have
Oh, this is David Tyree. No, this is Mario Manningham. Mario Manningham. That's right. Yes, my bad. Mario Manningham.
The Ravens should
that Eli Manning throw. Listen, I know it sounds like I'm ripping on Eli Manning when I make his Hall of Fame thing. Right, when I say he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I will say this, though. Eli Manning, that throw to Mario Manningham was unreal.
One of the best throws you'll ever see.
That was an unbelievable throw.
And the best is at the end. Ahmad Bradshaw's trying to dive at the 1, but he kind of slides into the end zone. It's like unintentionally into the end zone. And because the Patriots are letting him go through. The Patriots are just saying, score the touchdown. We don't care. Score the touchdown. Bradshaw's trying to stop himself, but he couldn't. But
all right,
that's the Super Bowl I always look at and say, that's the Super Bowl the Ravens should have been in. That should have been our Super Bowl.
All right, so number 17 was Packers over the Steelers, 31-25. That was at Jerry World. What was that, Super Bowl? 45, yeah, that's right. McCarthy and, yeah, there you go. Number 16 is Saints over the Colts, 31-17 in Super Bowl 43. No. 44, yeah. See, now I'm correcting you. See that? Look what's happening now. That was Drew Brees' Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, you can't correct me on the next one.
Yeah, you're right. I can't. Ravens over the 49ers, 34-31. I remember this Super Bowl pretty vividly. I remember watching this one when it happened, and when the lights went out in the stadium and everything like that. Like that was Flacco versus Kaepernick.
They were so good throughout that game prior to when the lights went out, and as soon as the lights went out, I was like, oh no, because you knew if this was going to be a delay, then the Ravens would come out rusty. The Ravens might come out rusty, and San Fran might come out with new life. That's exactly what happened.
I forgot about this aspect of it too. It was Harbaugh versus Harbaugh.
Yes,
it was the Harbaugh.
Yeah, it turned into a great game. The turning point of that game.
Jim versus John.
The turning point of that game was because again, San Fran's mounting all this momentum. They're gaining. They're coming right back. The big play of the game was not the Jacoby Jones kickoff return or Jacoby's other touchdown. It was the third down and short. The Ravens really needed a couple of points here to hold off this 49ers momentum. Flacco checks down, quick Charlie left. He audibles, quick Charlie left. Third down short, throws right to Bolden. Perfect throw. He's trusting Bolden to make the catch. Bolden makes a beautiful catch, sets up a field goal, gives the Ravens a couple of points to hold off the Niners momentum. Biggest play of that game. And then, of course, the stop of the end zone. Great football game that the game ended up being.
Number 14 is Broncos over the Packers, 31-24.
Elway's first.
Yeah, right.
The helicopter.
Number 13 is Steelers over the Rams. That one in Super Bowl 14. That was Terry Bradshaw. That was the crazy throw from Bradshaw to Lynn Swann. Mm-hmm. That's what was it, a 73-yarder? Jesus Christ. The people forget. Can I make the argument, Evan, that one of the most underappreciated quarterbacks of all time is Terry Bradshaw?
Bradshaw has he's another quarterback you look at and say, well, his numbers aren't pretty. 212 touchdowns to 210 interceptions. Passer rating's pretty low. But he's a quarterback who was, again, pretty big when it mattered the most. And
right.
Again, you also, but
I don't like him as a commentator.
Oh, I think he's hysterical. I think he's hysterical.
He's not.
Oh my God.
He's not that good. He's not that good as a commentator. I don't like him as a commentator.
Well, I love the Kansas City Chiefs. I love him.
I like Troy Aikman.
Let me tell you about something. Let me tell you. Just so great. He's so Southern.
He actually threw 3 interceptions in that game and won the Super Bowl MVP award. I didn't know that.
Really?
Boy, oh boy.
Won Super Bowl MVP award despite throwing 3 picks. I didn't know that.
Boy, oh boy. And Lynn Swann, I think, is one of the most underrated wide receivers of all time.
He was he was another one, big time. They just had, that whole Steeler team was just big time clutch. Franco Harris, John Stallworth, Lynn Swann, that whole defense, which was fantastic, of course.
Right.
Maybe the greatest defense of all time, you could make the case. Greatest defensive line, arguably, you can make the case of all time, along with the Rams defensive line.
Correct.
But
all right.
here's the Patriots' first one.
Number 12, Patriots over the Rams, 20-17. Oh, boy. And that's when it all begins. Boy, oh, boy.
And the best story is in the sidelines. Charlie Weiss, the offensive coordinator, is telling Brady, hey, man, just don't turn the ball over. It's okay. Don't turn the ball. Drew Bledsoe goes up to again. Drew Bledsoe was a starting quarterback for years with the Patriots prior to this. Was Bledsoe obviously suffered the injury. Brady takes over. Bledsoe goes over to Brady after Weiss had the conversation with Brady, and he goes, don't worry about that. Go out there and sling it. Just go out there and sling it.
Yeah. Wow.
Number 11.
Oh,
Patriots over Carolina.
This Super Bowl
32-29.
Man, this Super Bowl really should be in the top 5 because this was a really good
I know,
Super Bowl.
this was a good one.
Ooh, this was a great
Jake
one.
Delhomme and the Panthers. I mean, man, oh man.
This Super Bowl was so good. I'm surprised it's not in the top 10, top 5.
Yeah.
Man, this was a really good one. Musha Muhammad catching the touchdown. Musha Muhammad, Steve Smith. Maybe the biggest play of the game with John Casey kicking the kickoff out of bounds, which set up Brady and the Patriots to kick the game-winning field goal with Vinatieri. This game got crazy wild. Top 10.
All right, now we're in the top 10. Number 10 is Steelers over the Cardinals. This Super Bowl was awesome. 27-23. This was so good. This was Big Ben and Kurt Warner, and it was just so unbelievably good. Seriously, the Santonio Holmes catch in the end zone. I was so heavily rooting for the Cardinals in this game, but it was not.
Greatest catch in Super Bowl history. That catch with Holmes or Tyree's catch in 42? I'll always still say Tyree's catch in 42, but Holmes' catch was something.
I mean, Holmes' catch was unbelievable. Is it bad that I look at David Tyree's catch as a little bit of luck? Like, he just kind of pinned up against his helmet. You know what I mean? I don't know. Those two are going to go down. Even though I do think that the catch that does deserve a little bit more credit, much as I hate it.
The Manningham catch?
No, the Julian Edelman catch against the Falcons.
Right. Well, that play was just insane.
That was insane. When Edelman made that, there was no way Julian Edelman caught that ball, and he did. It was unreal.
He caught that ball, and as soon as he caught it, I said, Patriots will win this game.
Yeah.
They're winning this game.
Well, you were sitting there, and you were just like, Of course they did. Like, of course he caught it. Of course he caught that ball.
As we say, Patriots magic.
Here we go. Number 9 is Super Bowl 3. Jets over the Colts, 16-7. Joe Namath getting the victory for the Jets. That's his legacy right there. Super Bowl 3 is the Jets quarterback. He won the Super Bowl, and now he's a legend.
That's the game that defined him. That's the game that defined Namath. The game that defined the league, the NFL as a whole.
He beat Unitas in that game.
Well, Earl Morrall was the starter of the game. Earl Morrall was the starter. Earl Morrall actually won NFL MVP that year. They actually benched him for Unitas because they wanted to get something going.
Aging Unitas.
Yeah, they wanted to get something going with Unitas, so they put Unitas in the game. But it was actually Earl Morrall who started that game. Earl Morrall was MVP that year.
See, now you're just making me look bad with all your
versus
knowledge.
Me, that makes you look good.
What?
I said versus me, that makes you look good.
Yeah, you make me sound really smart. It's only because you try. It's only because you try to make me sound smart. That's a great point, Mike. Wow, I never thought of it that way. All right, number 8 on the list is Rams over the Titans, 23-16. I don't remember this one. I don't remember it.
What year?
Greatest show on turf, I get that, but
This is the
What
Kevin
year?
Dyson 1 yard short. This was Steve McNair's only Super Bowl. Steve McNair, another real good quarterback, and he only got to 1 Super Bowl. This was his only one.
was 1 yard short from Jeff Fisher possibly winning a Super Bowl. That's what Will Brinson says in the description.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
1 yard short from Jeff Fisher possibly winning a Super Bowl. All right, number 7 is Niners over the Bengals, 20-16 in Super Bowl 23.
It's the drive, the Montana drive.
Yeah.
One of the funniest stories is as Montana is he goes into the huddle right before the drive. And, obviously it's a real tense situation. The game's on the line. Super Bowl's on the line. The world's watching, right? So Montana's in the huddle with the Niners, and he just looks up pretty much to calm everyone down. He looks up and goes, "Hey, guys, that's John Candy in the stands." The great late.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
John Candy. He goes, "Yo, guys, that's John Candy in the stands." Everyone's like, "Yo, yeah, it's John Candy." That was Montana being Montana. Just that situation, cooling everyone
John
down.
Candy.
Hey, guys, it's John Candy over there.
No, he was cold as ice, Joe Montana. I'm going to pretend like I watched him. All right, number 6, just outside the top 5, is Super Bowl 25 between the Giants and the Bills. I mean,
Maybe Bill Belichick's best coach Super Bowl.
Scott Norwood, wide right.
And that may be Belichick's best coach game ever in a Super Bowl. And he was a defensive coordinator before he became the head coach of the Patriots. He was his way to stop the Bills' offense was, I'm gonna just drop everyone to coverage, and I'm gonna force them to run the football. And they really did until like late in the game. I'm gonna stop this offense by dropping everyone to coverage, and I'm gonna force them to run the football.
Right.
One of his most well-coached game ever that he ever had.
All right, top 5. Number 5, Steelers over the Cowboys, 35-31. Oh, would you look at that? Offense ranks in the top 5, Evan.
It's the same person who has Super Bowl 5 as the 31st best Super Bowl.
Listen. All right. So 35-31, Steelers over the Cowboys in Super Bowl 13. That's number 5. Number 4 is Super Bowl 51. Patriots over the Falcons, 34-28. The 28-3 Falcons lead that they blew.
Interesting. Yeah. He opens up in his description of the game. This was a really difficult Super Bowl to rank. I actually agree with that. Because you can rank this Super Bowl in the top 5 for the ending, the comeback, how great it turned out to be. But you could also say it's a bottom Super Bowl because it's the biggest choke job we've ever seen in the history of the NFL.
Right. And of course, it was the Patriots that took advantage. Right. It was the Patriots. Yeah, you're going to see a trend in these next few ones. Just because they've been here so many freaking times. Drives me bananas.
The Patriots, right?
Yeah, pretty much all the Patriots. All right. Super Bowl 52 is number 3. That was Eagles over the Patriots. That was Nick Foles. 41-33 Eagles over the Patriots. When Carson Wentz was going to win MVP that year, Tom Brady ended up winning it. And then Nick Foles takes over as the backup. And what did they call it? Foles Magic or something like that?
Foles Magic, Philly Special.
Yeah, I mean, it was, the Philly Special, that was the play.
Yeah.
But that was unbelievable. Number 2 was Giants over the Patriots, 17-14. That was Super Bowl
42.
Yeah, 42. Okay, Evan. Super Bowl 40.
Look at the big brain on Evan.
Jesus, Mister. You know what? Why don't you just be like a Roman numeral math teacher or something?
I haven't mentioned the Roman numeral aspect for you in a
while.
I
know.
Super Bowls.
I know you're right, but this was the David Tyree catch. I mean, this game really was amazing. It really was amazing.
It was the game was a stuff. I rank it as my personal favorite, but it's the stuff of legends. That game was just everything was on the line, right? The Giants' legacy, Eli's legacy, Tom Coughlin's.
It was the undefeated Patriot, like the Patriots. They ruined the Patriots' perfect season. Yeah. It was unbelievable.
Strahan searching for his first ring. The Patriots looking to complete the greatest season of all time.
Right.
My good. I mean, this game had everything. That game had everything, and an incredible ending because the Patriots could have won it. Asante Samuel had the interception right there. And he and it went right by his hands. You know, that game, and then the play to Tyree. There's Plaxico on the other end of this game had everything.
And then here we go. The number 1 Super Bowl, according to Will Brinson, was Patriots over the Seahawks, 28-24. That is Super Bowl 49? 48. Sorry, Jesus.
No, you're right. 49. You're right. There you go. There you go. You're right.
Suck it, Evan. But Super Bowl 49, Patriots over the Seahawks, 28-24. That was when the Seahawks didn't hand it off to Marshawn Lynch. Malcolm Butler with the pickoff, and that ended it. I mean, but this game that was a very good football game. Really good football game.
Jermaine Kearse made another great catch in the Super Bowl, but we don't talk about it because the Seahawks didn't score. But Jermaine Kearse had a fantastic catch that, man, if they score, that goes down as one of the best catches in the Super Bowl history. Now, that catch was something.
All right, so now that we kind of unpacked that whole list, I know that we agree with some, we disagree with others. Now we get this Super Bowl. You know, we get Niners and Chiefs. I like the Chiefs. I think Evan's going with the 49ers, but we'll see. But I think this Super Bowl is going to rank. I really think this Super Bowl is going to rank.
It has potential to be in the top 10, top 5.
Oh, I agree. I think this is because I think it could just be a flat out fireworks show.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be so fun to watch. I really do. If nothing else, without any in-depth analysis, I think this game could be so incredibly high scoring that if there could be enough defense to, keep it relevant. But I think this is going to be a game where we're going to see a lot of touchdowns. You're going to see a lot of deep drives. I'm excited. I think this is going to be a really, really good one.
It has potential to be up there in top 10, top 5. I think so. Because, again, I'm looking forward to a great coaching match between Andy Reid and Shanahan. I want to see how does Shanahan counter Pat Mahomes in that offense and with that defense and keeping Mahomes off the field. How does Andy Reid counter that incredible 49er pass rush and a well-balanced attack of the 49er offense? How does he counter that? What's his game plan for that?
Right.
I can't wait for that.
All right.
I think we should. What do you think? Come back and do our top 5 Super Bowls of all time? What we think, or we save that for tomorrow?
Nah, we'll save that for tomorrow. We got to have material for tomorrow, Evan. We can't spoil it all, can we?
Spoiler alert.
Guess not.
The spoiler. All right, coming to next news, buy or sell. It's going to be a really great wrap up. That's coming up next. Haystack Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
You're listening to the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. You're listening to the Haystack Show on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.
Great to have you back. Haystack Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Mike, Evan, Monica here on a, what's today? Thursday? Friday Junior? There you go. I'd love to hear it. All right. With that being said, speaking of Monica, let's go to the news. Big J journalist Monica Ray.
We got some baseball news for everybody that's sick of hearing about football. So the Astros look like they're hiring Dusty Baker. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I guess I like it, right? I mean, Dusty Baker is. What did I say before, Evan? I like all the teams that were interviewing managers and Like the Red Sox and the Astros and the Mets were all interviewing older managers.
The Mets went interviewed after they fired Beltran. Pretty much everyone in house.
Right.
They never really went outside the boxes to an older manager like a Showalter or Baker.
Right, but Showalter, Baker, Bochy, they all were trying to have heavy hitters that are older. They want seasoned veterans that have been around the league for a long time, and Dusty Baker pretty much embodies that. He's an old, seasoned manager. He's been around for a long time. I like it. I do. He should bring some stability. I think it's good.
I think I was watching Open Network yesterday, and they were talking. This is right before they hired him. Right? This might have been before or maybe shortly after. But I was watching Open Network. It was Ron Darling, and I agree with everything they were saying. It was every time the Astros are going to go to a restaurant, anywhere out in public, they're going to be labeled. They're going to be heckled. They're going to be obviously called cheaters.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
they will be. This is going to be for the Houston Astros a season that maybe we haven't really that we've never seen before. The Astros are going to go into every road ballpark, Yankee Stadium, Fenway,
and be afraid for their lives.
And they are going to be heckled like crazy. Not just on the field when they're playing, practicing, but off the field.
I mean, I have a feeling that some of these guys are going to get hit. Like some of these guys are going to get plunked.
I don't know. I don't know when the Astros' first series is.
I think it's on the road against the Angels.
Probably a good idea.
So, I mean, again, I could see.
So, I mean,
I could see someone saying, "Okay, you know what? I'm going to give you a little courtesy. I'm going to, this is for, cheating us." Actually, they're at home against the Angels. They're at home against the Angels. They're not on the road. They're at home against the Angels. Their first road trip is at Oakland. That's their first road trip.
Oh, good.
But
so they'll get Jesus Luzardo throwing 99-mile-an-hour fastballs at their hip.
They might they'll probably get a couple of courtesy.
Not their hip.
They'll probably get a couple of
Not the hip.
What did Carl Weezer used to say for Jimmy Neutron? My scapula. But no,
my scapula.
My scapula. I love that. Great show, by the way. Great show. But yeah, that's what's going to happen. So you need a manager like Dusty who can just weather the storm, right? That's who they pretty much need. They needed someone to just weather the storm.
I mean, imagine how hard that job is. Like, if you're asked to manage the team that just got caught for cheating. They went through all their dysfunction. They just fired their GM. They just fired their other manager.
Yeah.
You're going in to manage that baseball team. Imagine how stressful of a job that must be.
I don't know. I look at it different. Like, you're the cleanup guy. If I'm Kurt, there's a reason. You got to get to business.
Yeah, but, like, you don't think that, like, what's he going to do in that lot? Is he going to acknowledge the cheating? Is he going to say, all right, let's...
I think he just moves forward. I mean, he wasn't part of the cheating. He's
I get that, but... I don't know.
You can certainly mention it around the players, right? As soon as you walk into the locker room, you met on the first day of spring training, a couple weeks, really, a week and a half or so.
I think you have to. You can't ignore it.
You got to tell. You got
to say, like, listen, I know that this offseason's been rough.
Yeah.
I understand what you guys are going through, but let's move forward. It's just,
let's go win some baseball games.
Seems very clunky. I don't. It seems like a really uncomfortable situation for Dusty Baker. It really does.
Somebody's got to do it.
Because this is still a team that could win the World Series. Yeah, they lost Garrett Cole, but this is still a team capable of winning 95 to 100 games.
They're really hurting for pitching.
They are hurt for pitching.
Verlander and Greinke and...
But it's still a team that could win this division and win a lot of games.
Who else, though? They traded away Corbin Martin. They traded away J.B. Bukauskas. I mean, they're going to throw Josh James in the rotation, and they're going to throw... Like, I just don't know. Who are they going to throw out there?
McCullers.
Okay, all right. McCullers should be coming back. There you go. Okay.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
So, for Dusty Baker, yeah, it's a tough situation. It's not a situation you'll want to jump into, but you can have someone like Dusty Baker who can just weather the storm and just keep the players going. Because it's going to be tough. It's going to be a rough year, especially when they go to Yankee Stadium, especially when they go to the Oakland and the Angels and pretty much every ballpark in the American League West, especially if they go to Dodger Stadium, the team that they beat to win the World Series.
Yeah, right.
Especially if they go to Dodger Stadium, it's going to be
be hard.
They're going to be heckled like crazy, and of course, it's what's expected because of what happened. But you need someone like Dusty who's going to be there, say, "Hey guys, okay, let's just keep playing." Who knows when this thing will ever go away? Might not, because I still think that this is just the beginning of something bigger.
Right.
But for this season, for this 2020 season, you need someone like Dusty Baker for the Astros. You just need it.
Right. Their rotation going into this year, their projected rotation as it currently sits: Verlander, Greinke, Lance McCullers, Jose Urquidy, and Brad Peacock. Which I guess is not terrible, but I don't know. I think you're kind of hurting for pitching. All right, what's next?
What do you think about the Dodgers trying to get Mookie Betts? You think he'll move over there?
I think it's going to happen.
Dodgers and
I really think that's going to happen.
What's the price tag on that?
A lot. I mean,
get a big contract
it's
too.
not really a price tag, but it's more of like how many prospects are the Dodgers going to have to give up?
Or the Padres, because the Padres are still very much alive for him. The Padres still very much want him.
Yeah, and the Padres, I think, have a little bit more prospect capital, but I do think the Dodgers are they're going to really go heavy. I mean, all right, so let's see. The Red Sox, as they sit right now, have one, and that's Casas, as far as top 100 guys. They have Tristan Casas, who's at the very least 2 or 3 years away, and he's number 77 on the list. If we go down to the Dodgers and the Padres, the Dodgers have 5. Gavin Lux, who's number 2. Dustin May, who's number 23. You told me before that they're not giving up those two guys. Jeter Downs at 44. Josiah Gray at 67. And Keibert Ruiz at 73. And then the Padres they also have 5. They have Mackenzie Gore at 4. They have C.J. Abrams at 25. Luis Patino at 27. Luis Camposano at 50. And then Taylor Trammell at 57. But
Boston opens spring training pitching catch report February 11th, and their first full workout is February 17th. My question is, does Mookie Betts get traded before then? And you got to figure that's what's going to happen.
I think it will. I think it could happen really soon.
Mookie Betts has got 1 year on that contract with the Red Sox, and again, you don't want to lose.
God,
Mookie
it
Betts
just
for nothing.
feels like he's going to be a Dodger.
You don't want to lose Mookie Betts for nothing, and you don't want to have him go to spring training and then get traded, sometime soon after.
But I really wonder who they're going to give up. I really wonder who the Dodgers are going to give up, because I know they're going to give up prospects, but don't you think the Red Sox kind of want at least some sort of mix of major league players already?
The Dodgers, I'm reading John Heyman's report, the Dodgers wouldn't include Lux or May, but have many good prospects to include. So Lux or May seem to be out.
I'll be honest with you. If I'm the Red Sox, a deal doesn't happen for Betts unless I get Lux. Unless I get Gavin Lux, I'm not interested in a deal. I need that kid.
He also writes some
scenarios. Or, listen, if I can't get Lux, because I would take Lux and a little bit less, or I would take Dustin May and a little bit more. If you're not giving me either one of those two guys, the deal's not happening.
And it seems like someone's going to get David Price. Dodgers, Price, it looks like is going to be a part of that deal if it happens.
All right, so if the Dodgers have to take on David Price's contract,
or the Padres, right?
I would say the Dodgers. The Red Sox should ask for Dustin May. They should ask for Dustin May, Keibert Ruiz, that young catcher in the Dodger system. They should ask for him as well. They should ask for a major league guy, maybe somebody like Chris Taylor or something along those lines. And then I would go from there. You got to keep in mind, guys, I mean, this is Mookie Betts. Okay, Mookie Betts, one of the top 5 players in all of baseball. Okay, Mookie Betts is, seriously, literally has everything as a player. He's amazing defensively. He's a great average hitter. He can hit 40 home runs a year. I mean, he's going to steal 40 bases. I mean, Mookie Betts is the guy does literally everything. He can change your team.
No, he's a game changer.
If the Dodgers aren't willing to part ways with either Gavin Lux or Dustin May, it doesn't happen. If they want to hold on to Gavin Lux, I understand. But the conversation for the Red Sox has to start. All right, it's Dustin May or no deal. It's Dustin May or no deal. And if it's with the Padres, the Padres. If I were the Padres, I would never give up Mackenzie Gore, because I think Mackenzie Gore is going to be a serious, like, generationally great pitcher. I think Mackenzie Gore is going to be the real deal. But everybody else is on the table. I'm not kidding.
I mean, if you're the Padres,
C.J. Abrams, Patino. Listen, if I'm the Padres, I would seriously think about going, all right, I'll give you Abrams, Patino, I'll give you Taylor Trammell, or honestly, I'll give you Luis Campusano, the catcher, instead. I'll give you my 2, 3, and 4 prospects. I'll give you those 3 guys. Those 3 guys. And I'll give you a player like Manuel Margot or something like that. And if we'll give you Will Myers, we'll take David Price.
Right.
Done deal. And I think it would be 100% worth it.
Will Myers, yeah, looks like would be a part of a Padre trade too.
No, Will Myers would have to be a part of the deal.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But I think if Will Myers goes, then I think the Padres could probably take on David Price and have that be a thing. So Betts and Price for Abrams, Patino, Campusano, and Will Myers. I think that's fair. That to me is a solid trade. What do you think?
I'm very curious. Well, I think it's a solid trade too. What I'm curious to wonder is which trade would this be bigger for? Because if the Padres get Mookie Betts, which team is more willing to make this deal for Mookie Betts? Because you got the Padres. If they get Mookie Betts, you could probably pencil them in for the playoffs. That's a team that looks like they're ready to make a run for the playoffs.
I think the Dodgers.
The Dodgers
are going to be way more willing.
The Dodgers, that you get Betts, that keeps their World Series window wide open. After last year's disappointing loss to the Nationals.
I mean, you'd have Lux, you'd have Betts, you'd have Bellinger.
Yeah.
I mean,
Peterson.
Right, Jock Peterson. You'd have Will Smith, that catcher. You got Seager. I mean,
Turner.
You still got Turner. I mean, you're loaded. You got Muncy.
If he goes to the Padres, obviously he'll Hosmer rebounds.
Machado,
Fernando
Tatis. I mean, the Padres, I think, would then become close to a playoff team also. So you got to think. Here's the thing about the two of them, though. The Dodgers, to me, are just going to be more willing to give up prospects because they're closer. They don't need those prospects anymore. You know what I mean? The Padres might be saying, listen, we're further away. We need a lot of these kids to come up. You know, maybe that, I think they might be a little bit more reluctant to give them up, but I don't know. I think they could be reluctant to give them up. But listen, if I'm the Padres, I'm saying, listen, Gore is off limits, but take your pick about anybody else. Take three of any of our top 5 prospects after that. 3 of any of our top 5 prospects and go to work.
All right, what do you guys think about Nolan? I'm not
Arenado.
Thank you. Being traded or looking to be traded for Chris Bryant in the mega trade with the Cubs and the Rockies.
That looks like a 1-for-1 deal that they're talking about, right?
Yeah,
which is crazy.
I really don't think it would be that, though. I don't think it would be 1-for-1. I just don't.
It can't be, right?
No, I don't think it can. I mean, Arenado, I think, is definitely better than Chris Bryant. And you got Chris Bryant on the cheap for another year or two. So I'd probably say Arenado for Bryant and another prospect. Maybe not even a crazy prospect, but maybe it's Bryant and what do the Cubs have? Cubs, they have 4 top 100s. Give them Miguel Amaya, number 95 in the top 100. He's a catcher. There you go. Bryant and that kid for Arenado. And I think it's worth it. Why not? Give it a shot. All right. You have one more, don't you?
Well,
you got something to get off your chest.
Yeah, so Gary Brown, our friend who came on the show.
Yes.
Former Pittsburgh Steelers and Green Bay Packer.
Correct.
NFL player. He said that he had a friend that was trying to get him to go to the Super Bowl. And he said the tickets are $10,000. And the closer you get to the Super Bowl, the more they go up. And we talked about this on break. So last week, I tried to get tickets to see Pearl Jam because you know I love going to live music.
Yeah.
So I'm in the pre-sale at Ticketmaster, waiting. Before you even get in there, they're all sold out. I'm so sick of Ticketmaster. It's a monopoly. It needs to be stopped. Could somebody, if anybody's out there listening, take down Ticketmaster.
Take down Ticketmaster.
Please. And how is StubHub already have tickets for sale for a show that didn't even go on sale yet? There's 2 sides to Ticketmaster. There's the black market side, and then there's the public side where people like us who try to get tickets are trying to get tickets. But anyway, so I went on Ticketmaster and I looked up the Super Bowl. Right now, the lowest available ticket is $4,185.
And let me guess, it's for like a back row nosebleed the corner seat.
It's section 329, row 25, so all the way up top. And then right now, the tickets go up to $14,250.
So where does 325? Point at it with your cursor. Where does 325 land?
Right here.
Yikes! That's such a bad seat.
Right?
That's an awful seat.
But anyway, so anybody that can help with Ticketmaster, please. But I brought you guys in a piece of pound cake that my mom made.
Yes, happy belated birthday. It was your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to Monica. Happy birthday to Monica. Happy birthday to Monica. Happy birthday to Monica.
Wow, thank you. That was my first on-air happy birthday.
There you go. Thanks. Congratulations. It'll be your last one, too.
Thank you for the pound cake.
Well, you're welcome, but
oh my God, I ate mine already.
He ate it right away.
Thank you to your mother too.
Yeah, I was like,
it was made by my mom, so made with love.
Thank you, Dorothy.
But I looked up.
It's the cutest little name ever.
Yeah, Dorothy.
Is she cute? Like, is she like
adorable? Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. I want to meet your mother.
She's a Southern Belle from Mississippi, and that is a generational recipe handed down.
Oh,
wow. So it's a big.
If Paula was here, she would be dead on the floor, based on the cuteness of this situation.
But I looked up the Guinness Book pound cake.
Oh, God.
World's largest pound cake?
I did. The world's largest pound cake based on Guinness Book. So, first question I'm going to ask is how many eggs do you think were in the largest pound cake according to Guinness Book?
Oh, God. How many eggs?
Eggs.
I'm going to say 500.
How many eggs?
How many eggs?
Surprised you're not saying 10,000.
I'm
sorry, don't worry. Just wait for it.
350.
Wow. You got 30,000 eggs.
What?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
So imagine cracking 30,000 eggs. So this pound cake was made in Colombia for a celebration. Now, how many pounds do you think this pound cake was?
If it's 30,000 eggs.
10,000 pounds.
This might be one of the times where he's actually pretty close or right.
I mean, you got one the other day.
30,000 eggs.
Yeah.
I'll say 6,000 pounds.
No, this was shocking. It was 1,337. Very egg dense.
Wow.
I guess.
Jesus.
I don't know how they make pound cakes in Colombia. I know my mom makes them.
They must have weighed that on carpet. That can't be accurate.
Yeah, maybe they only use the yolks. I don't know. But anyway, that's your pound cake.
All right. And that's the news. Monica's done.
Done.
Yeah.
By the way, Mike,
you can go on vacation now.
Yeah. Thanks.
By the way, Mike.
Yeah.
Your quarterback, Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Says he's predicting the 49ers to win the Super Bowl because defense wins championships. That is your quarterback, Dak Prescott.
Yeah, well, Dak doesn't know what he's talking about. I'd honestly trade him at this point. I don't care.
You know what? Defense wins championships. Dak, fine. You know what, Dak? We won't pay you.
Yeah,
we'll
fine.
We'll put a franchise tag.
No, just go away, Dak. No, it's fine. No, we're good. We're good, Dak. We'll draft Trevor Lawrence. And then we'll win the Super Bowl.
We got to wait another year.
We'll draft Trevor Lawrence and then win the Super Bowl.
You got to wait another year with a talented team and Mike McCarthy as your head coach. So.
Have you ever seen Scooter Magruder? Those videos of it.
We
are winning the Super Bowl.
I like it when like a team loses. He goes, "So-and-so fans, do you want to talk about it? Cowboy fans, do you want to talk about it?" He'll like post like something on Twitter.
Yeah, right. You want to talk about it?
Hey, do you want to talk about it?
All right, real quick, let's play Buy or Sell. We do this every single Thursday. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Buy or sell. Mookie Betts will be a Los Angeles Dodger. He will be traded to the LA Dodgers before the start of the season. Buy or sell?
Buy. I'm going to buy that. I think they have the prospect capital to make it happen. I think they're desperate. They've gone to a bunch of World Series in the past number of years, and they haven't won any. I think they're going to be desperate for a World Series this year. They're going to give up the house for Mookie Betts. They're going to make it happen.
Arenado and Chris Bryant. If this trade happens, it will be one of those trades where it benefits both the Cubs and the Rockies. Buy or sell?
I'm going to buy that too. I think if it does happen, I think it's unlikely. I think it's a rumor. It is not a report. So, but if it does happen, it will positively affect both teams. The Cubs are getting a better player, third baseman in Nolan Arenado. The Rockies, I think, would gain a solid prospect in return on top of Chris Bryant, who is also, let's not forget, Chris Bryant is also a superstar, and I think his numbers would climb in Colorado. I think it would benefit both sides. I do not think that there's a bad side to this trade whatsoever.
So we're going to that Super Bowl list that we discussed to start the show. Super Bowl. Will Brinson listed Super Bowl 49 as the greatest of all time. So Super Bowl 49, buy or sell, is the greatest Super Bowl of all time between the Seahawks and the Patriots.
Based on the ones that I've seen, yeah, probably. I'll probably buy that. I mean, that was such a great Super Bowl. It really did have everything. It had offense, it had defense, it had special teams, it had late game heroics. It had coaching mishaps. I mean, it was a very good Super Bowl. So I'll say, based on the ones I've seen, yes.
Dusty Baker, buy or sell, is the right hire for the Houston Astros.
I'm going to buy that too. There's a lot of buying right now, but who would they have hired that would have been better? You know, I mean, I'm not really sure Buck Showalter would have been hired. I think he's a little bit dated in the game. He would have to make adjustments. Dusty Baker's a recent manager. He's been around the game for a long time. He's older. You know that cheating is not it's not in him. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I'll buy that.
If the Padres get Mookie Betts, they will make the playoffs. Buy or sell?
If the Padres get Mookie Betts,
they will make the playoffs. Not are a playoff team or a contender. They will make the playoffs. Full front.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a good one. I'm going to sell that. I'm going to sell that. I don't think that they would. The National League is...
What was that?
It's Monica's phone. The National League is too loaded. I think the Padres would probably be the favorite to come in second in the division, but I still think the division would belong to the Dodgers. They'd have to get in a wild card. I still think the NL Central's loaded. I think the NL East is getting better. The Braves, the Phillies, I think are due for a bounce-back year. I just... In my eyes, I think there's too many. There's too many other teams that are going to be above them, like I said, I think they're not necessarily ready. You're banking on all the young players working out. I'm going to say give it another year or two until the Padres are legitimate contenders for the World Series.
All right, last two. This will be for the Super Bowl, and this is also going off their last matchup last year when the Chiefs beat the Niners 38-27. Pat Mahomes, last time they met, 24-38 for 314 and 3 touchdowns. Today, this time around, Pat Mahomes will buy or sell go for 315 yards, over 315 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm going to buy that. I think Mahomes is going to have a great day. I really do. I think the offensive line is going to protect him. I think he's got a lot of playmakers that cause mismatches on offense. Travis Kelce, there isn't anybody that can cover Travis Kelce in the secondary of San Francisco. I don't think Richard Sherman's going to be able to keep up with Tyreek Hill. I think Tyreek Hill is going to have a huge game, and I also think that Patrick Mahomes is going to go over 303 touchdowns. He's going to play great in this Super Bowl.
Last one, Travis Kelce, last time they met, had 114 receiving yards. He will get 100. He will get over 100 again this time around.
Yeah, I'm going to buy that. Buy. A lot of buying, but I think
You're a big spender.
Yeah, I guess so. But I think he does go over 100. I think he probably has 5-6 catches at least in the game. He's going to get targeted a lot. They're going to go over the middle of the field quite a bit. And it wouldn't surprise me if they use Travis Kelce in a screen system also as well. So I think he's going to get the ball a lot. He's a playmaker. They're going to try and get the ball to their playmakers, and that's just how they're going to do it. All right, so there we go. That's buy or sell. Do it every Thursday. Monica, enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday.
Thank you.
Since we won't see you tomorrow, but what are your? Did you tell me what your plans were?
Yeah, my plans are changing, so I'm not really sure.
It's okay. Well,
hopefully
we got it. Listen, we're gonna get a half tray of wings. It's gonna be a bunch of young people and a bunch of people like your son's age. So I don't know if that'd be cool for you or not. You might be too cool for us. But half tray of wings. Evan, you're not invited.
Expected. That's expected.
Yeah, but Evan, if you want to come, you can absolutely come. I figured you were probably going to do something with your family, so that's why I didn't
we are.
really mention it.
We are, but maybe we are. Maybe I'll find time to like barge into your
maybe
your house.
Stop by.
Hi!
Who cares?
Hi.
Stop by. All right,
Is Paula going to drink beer?
I am looking for Paula to drink a little bit. I don't think she's going to get too crazy wasted. Again, beer is kind of anti-diet. That's the problem. It's not a dietary beverage. No. So, she's trying to keep her girlish figure.
She looks great.
My goodness. Remind her, if she does drink, though, what's your pro tip?
I forget.
Drink water.
Oh, yeah, 1 beer, 1 water. Sometimes I forget that, too, but it's important,
I find it amazing how you guys were so taking care of her when she was at the bar. You're just like, you got this, girl. Don't worry about it. Girls take care of each other when they're drunk. It's really great.
That's true. And go to the bathroom together.
And they go to the bathroom. Well, they do that anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Drinking or not. Yeah.
Drinking or not, you go to the bathroom together.
It's always good.
Not even to go to the bathroom, just to look at each other in the mirror.
It's the buddy system.
That's what it is, yeah.
That's what it is.
And usually hold hands on the way there. It's pretty funny. Because all of you, seriously, I don't mean to generalize, but you guys are all the same. All of you. All women are the same in that respect.
Side,
I guess so, yeah. It's
and the
every woman has a motherly, has a natural motherly quality. They just do. Like, did you know, fun fact, you ready for this?
Yeah, do it.
Women have a sense, it's like a sense. They have a natural inclination to respond to crying infants.
Oh, I believe it.
So, if you hear, and it doesn't have to be your own. So, let's say you and your friend are walking through a park, right? If you hear a baby crying in the park, you'll automatically turn your head and look in the direction of that baby because your automatic reaction is to tend to it.
Yeah,
that's just natural. That's a fact.
In distress,
It's really crazy because I find it amazing because I would literally be in a public place and there would be a baby crying and every single woman's head turns.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Right.
Doesn't matter what age. They could be 13. They could be 55. They could be 70. Automatically head turns.
Right. We're not talking about the kid that's sitting behind you on an airplane screaming.
No, well, that kid's annoying. But no, if it's not the 8-year-old kid that kicks the back of your seat. No, it's the crying baby. It's the wah, wah, wah. Yeah. It's snap your fingers automatically.
It's true.
It is so crazy, and it's scientifically proven. That's a real thing. They just have that natural inclination to respond to crying babies. Yeah. I think it's so fascinating. Crazy.
We're fascinating creatures.
Yes, you are. And very interesting. All right. Monica Ray, Big J journalist, Evan Mazza, my producer. I'm Mike Guido. This is the Haystack and the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Tomorrow is going to be a great show pre-Super Bowl. That is coming up tomorrow. We'll see you.
It's the Worldwide Sports Radio Network.